This is the artificial intelligence voice of Lex Fridman, narrating this pod-slice summary of the Lex Fridman Podcast. In her discussion with Lex Fridman, Lisa Randall, a theoretical physicist and cosmologist, puts forth some fascinating theories about the hidden aspects of our universe. Her focus is dark matter, a mysterious matter type that accounts for approximately 85% of the universe's total mass, even though it remains undiscovered due to its non-interactivity with light. As Lisa explains, it's crucial not to be overly dependent on direct senses in understanding things like dark matter. The inability to see dark matter doesn't invalidate its presence, but instead highlights that uncovering its nature requires clever and intricate methods. In context with total energy, dark matter holds about 5 times more energy than the known matter in atoms. The reason we know dark matter exists is mainly through its gravitational force. Though weak individually, collectively, the many particles of dark matter generate enough force to form galaxies. One of the most challenging aspects of understanding dark matter is its non-interactive nature with light and other forces except gravity. As a result, it has its own unique spatial distribution. In terms of its quantity and impact on galaxy formation, dark matter plays a crucial role. Lisa explains, likening it to the unseen workers that have a significant hand in building a structure. Lisa further proposes that dark matter could have its own internal structures or interactions, suggesting that it may not be as non-interactive as previously thought. There's a theory that a fraction of dark matter might emit radiation, forming a dense, thin disk similar to the Milky Way. The idea of the relationship between the dark matter disk and our solar system was also discussed. This relationship suggests that each time the solar system orbits through this disk, there could be more cataclysmic events like asteroid impacts due to gravitational disturbances. This fascinating correlation extends even to potential extinction events on Earth. In all, Lisa's exploration of dark matter in her conversation with Lex Fridman expands our understanding of our universe, showing that things are often more complex and interconnected than they might initially seem. Through the study of dark matter and our ongoing attempts to uncover its secrets, we learn not just about our universe's composition, but also gain valuable lessons about human limitations and the nature of scientific discovery. In this wide-range discussion, Lisa Randall not only delves deep into the realm of dark matter and the mysteries of our universe, but also touches upon complexities of cosmological scales that could potentially lead to extinction events. She narrows down dark matter's properties, emphasizing that due to its non-interactivity, it cannot collapse, and its inability to radiate keeps it from collapsing to a dense form. These characteristics make its detection tedious and challenging. We can only detect or measure it through its gravitational effects on the observable universe. Randall hints at the possibility that not all dark matter is the same, making its in-depth study mandatory for accurate comprehension. Diving into particle physics, she mentions xenon detectors and the Large Hadron Collider as significant tools trying to unravel the mystery of dark matter, while the discovery of the Higgs boson at the Large Hadron Collider is lauded by many as a significant scientific accomplishment. Randall also cautions against jumping to conclusions due to such breakthroughs. She mentions a previously favored theory named supersymmetry that didn't pan out as suggested, emphasizing the need for continuous questioning and rigorous testing. Further, Randall believes that we may already be in the middle of an extinction event, given the rising number of species getting wiped out. She warns against overlooking the gradual changes around us and focusing only on drastic, immediate shifts. The slow but consistent loss of biodiversity, for example, may not seem immediately threatening, but it could change the equilibrium of our ecosystem, leading to irreversible consequences. The conversation takes a philosophical turn when they discuss the importance of cross-cultural collaboration. Randall champions the idea of global cooperation, like that seen during the creation of the Large Hadron Collider, where collective efforts across countries resulted in a significant scientific establishment. Simultaneously, the conversation reiterates the fretful concepts of nuclear warfare and unchecked AI, elaborating on grave consequences if these subjects are not handled with acute awareness and control. The dialogue ends on an urgent note, emphasizing the need for collective global action to mitigate the impact of these potential threats. In this portion of the podcast, the discussion shifts focus towards humanity's tendency for innovation, despite the risks involved. Lisa Randall, while talking about her visit to the Museum of Nuclear History and Technology, underlies the human's collective fascination with creation. Yet, she questions whether experiences that portray destruction or danger, like a nuclear explosion in virtual reality, serve as deterrents or rather increase curiosity. This part of the conversation reflects our inherent conflict with creating groundbreaking, but potentially harmful technology. Following this discussion, Randall expounds on the sublime in scientific exploration, describing the allure and fear involved in unraveling mysteries. This sublime may lie in understanding dark matter, the universe's cosmological objects, or simply figuring out an equation. She highlights the thrill of uncertainty, the precarious nature of living on the edge of discovery, and finding it fulfilling rather than terrifying. As the conversation shifts to the cosmos, Randall expresses the captivating notion of there being much more beyond human life. She proposes that Earth could be just one pocket of life in a universe filled with other complex constructs, possibly within dark matter. However, she voices the complexity of the conditions for creating such life, leaving it as an open-ended question that further research will unpack. I'm discussing the standard model of particle physics, which defines the fundamental structure and behavior of the physical universe. Randall clarifies how dark matter stands outside it. Interestingly, dark matter interacts not through the forces known to us, but through its own possibly unique forces. She speaks about how physicists constantly search for deviations from the standard model as a way to deepen our understanding of the mechanisms. But finally, she emphasizes the amazement behind the standard model. Despite its simplicity, it underpins everything we see and understand, leading us to question the origin of existence. These questions push the boundaries of our known universe, shaping our path for future discovery. As the discussion progresses, host Lex Fridman and guest Lisa Randall delve into some of the profound questions permeating different fields. The conversation takes a significant turn, considering the concept of multiple universes and self-contained gravitational systems that we might not even interact with. Highlighting a specific disagreement with Carlo Rovelli, Randall debates the existence of electrons. Rovelli takes the view that electrons exist only when they interact, materialize only when they collide. Randall, however, believes that electrons, while they may not have definite properties, do exist, and physicists describe them using a wave function. Randall and Fridman dip into a lighter, philosophical angle, discussing whether a tree falling in the forest makes a sound if no one is there to hear it. Randall argues that the universe does exist, regardless of whether it's being observed or not, countering the notion that existence needs an observer. She suggests that to think otherwise may be a sign of egocentricity. With the same intrigue in maintaining, Randall explains how quantum field theory posits that electrons can be created and destroyed. However, it doesn't deny an electron in an atom's existence. It's there, and we know because its charge is present. Subsequently, Randall shows humility regarding the likelihood of achieving a bottom reality in physics. She communicates that while humans constantly strive for clarity, it's not always possible to reach a definitive objectivity. Particle physicists may keep chipping away at different layers, but uncertainty remains about how far these exploratory layers go. Randall also affirms transitional layers, or different levels of abstraction within reality. Some phenomena, like consciousness, exist at higher levels and may emerge in these layers. She points out that while we might feel we've measured a lot in life, there could still be forces unseen or undetected. Bringing attention back to theoretical physics, she explains two approaches called top-down, and the former is where you start from a significant theory and work to predict everything from it, while the latter deals with measuring things and integrating the observed values as they are. A blending of both methods can lead to effective solutions. To further illustrate these approaches, Randall uses Einstein as an example, pointing out that he began as a bottom-up physicist. His initial work on special relativity was derived from observation, from trying to make sense of Maxwell's laws of electromagnetism. However, when he began developing general relativity, he integrated mathematical structures provided by mathematicians, marking a shift towards the top-down approach. This case shows the usefulness of combining both methods and grounding studies within measurements. Finally, touching on the difference between physics and math, Randall suggests that both share a significant overlap. The distinction lies in their objectives. While mathematicians find solace in the pure structure of their discipline, physicists aim to understand the world's consequences. The conversation continues with new perspectives and insights about particle physics, ancient universal mysteries, and even potential applications of artificial intelligence in discovering novel insights. Particle physics has a vast array of beautiful and insightful ideas that help us understand our universe. It can be simple, yet intriguing, sometimes built on complex systems. On the topic of string theory, Randall shares that while there has indeed been some failure, it's important not to view such instances solely in negative terms. Science isn't an absolute field, and failure can inform as much as success does. Even though string theory couldn't solve all the problems it initially set out to solve, it has contributed tools and insights beneficial to physics. In considering artificial intelligence a role in making discoveries, Randall highlights that the concept, while in its early stages, is rapidly evolving. At present, we outperform computers in generating creative ideas and insights. However, should they begin replicating this ability, it could revolutionize the field. As to diving back into physics, Randall lists some of the most enticing unsolved problems in the field. These problems range from understanding what underlies everything, how everything began, to how much we can actually understand. The conversation also explores the existence of other universes, forces, and extra dimensions. Randall also theorizes on the potential presence of extra dimensions. She mentions War Passages, her book that discusses the possibility of experiencing a higher dimension only locally. Could our perception of living in 3 dimensions only be a partial truth? Could higher dimensions exist in certain local contexts? And going forward, Randall extends advice for young individuals pursuing a scientific or academic career. She suggests maintaining a balance between believing in one's work strongly and keeping an open-minded skepticism, testing out ideas relentlessly, and never losing the joy of puzzle solving. She implies that the desire to make sense of things can lead to meaningful explorations of our world and credible scientific breakthroughs. So the conversation also touches upon the idea of effective theory, which focuses on the immediate measurable aspects. The approach can be useful in tackling bigger questions, framed from the effective theory viewpoint. Discussions like these shed light on the vast mysteries of our existence, unlocking fascinating speculations and possibilities about life, the universe, and everything else in between. The exchange further opens up when Lisa Randall marvels at the enduring human fascination with the aesthetically pleasing aspects of our universe. Like the simple yet sublime beauty of a sunset, which Randall admits never loses its charm on her despite how many times she's seen it. Humanity, she notes, seems to have evolved to appreciate certain universal elements, reinforcing our interconnectedness with the environment we inhabit. As the conversation veers back into the realm of discovery, Randall expresses her admiration at how far we, as a species, have come in understanding the universe. Despite having made significant strides, she acknowledges that there's more to learn, more to unravel about the realities of existence. This hope for continued progress, for never-ending exploration, is at the heart of her outlook on physics, science, and life in general. In terms of methodologies, Randall reaffirms the significance of effective theories and the step-by-step process they encapsulate. It advocates for the dissection of big questions into manageable, measurable sections that progressively piece together the bigger picture, one small but precise step at a time. The conversation proves delightfully evocative when Lex Fridman describes finding joy in looking out at the stars, sunrise, and sunset. This shared sense of awe and intellectual curiosity perfectly illustrates the driving force behind endeavors to comprehend our world better. Imperative to such exploration is the indomitable spirit of curiosity emphasized by Albert Einstein, which Lex references towards the end of the discussion. In these shared experiences, from observing the consistent beauty of a sunset to appreciating the knowledge we've gleaned about the universe, this discussion between Lex Fridman and Lisa Randall explores the inherent curiosity and capacity for awe that fuels our quest for knowledge and connection to the world around us.